Hi everyone, Squad here. Today it's an Airsoft related unboxing video for the YouTube algorithm. These are toys, these are not real weapons, they're not capable of firing a bullet or killing anybody. It is purely to have some fun. And today what we're covering for the unboxing is Eshooter's Flare Cubic Tracer unit. This is the Bluetooth unit, so it has an app that goes on your phone. I'm not going to be able to show you the app because I haven't yet got that downloaded on my phone, but I wanted to show you the Eshooter anyway. I've had it a week, I haven't even had a chance to try it yet. Let's get it open, let's see what it is. So we have the user manual. This is obviously a tracer unit for BBs. But the advantage of this one is it's not just a tracer unit. With the app, once you've got it, it will actually act as a chrono. So you can go through and you can chrono at the same time as you're firing. So we have here USB-C charging cable. And I believe that's a 9mm or I think it's 9 to 14 counterclockwise. I do know it doesn't fit mine, hence why I've got another adapter that should fit this one, which funny enough came off a different tracer unit I've got on one of my AEGs. This is the unit itself. Now that is packaged quite hard in there. Put that to one side. So here we go. It's just a small thing. Unlike most tracer units, this is rectangular. Hence why I want it to fit this one. This is just my Vorse VP26 with a potato masher muzzle on it. I think this will go quite well with it. So we have some buttons on the back. The actual LEDs that's going to cause the trace on the front. USB-C socket. Now this one has been charged, and I think to turn it on we just need to hit one of the buttons. There we go. And then we can cycle through colour modes. You see all different colours coming up. And where it does, I believe it's, what's it? Tracer, muzzle flash, tracer and muzzle flash. And turn off. Let's turn it back on. That's all there is to it really. There's not much. Doesn't weigh too much, it's not too heavy. I bought this from UK Airsoft in Chesterfield. I was up there the other week. We went to play a game at their skirmish site in Sherwood Forest. Nice day out, very small arenas though. But one thing I will say about UK Airsoft, we've been in there, me and my son now, a couple of times over the last few years. I'm sorry I don't know the guy's name that we always speak to, but he's really friendly, been really helpful with the advice and that. The store's fairly empty when we go in. It's normally only me, my son and him. Once or twice have been other customers come in, but he's always got time to stop and chat, talk about Airsoft, give you advice on possible upgrades and things to look for. I wasn't looking for a trace unit at the time. We went in just to get some BBs and a sling mount. My son started looking at the scopes and I saw this and immediately thought, you know what, I want it. So I went out and bought it, and I said, and I didn't get to use it for on that game because it wasn't charged. Now, so I've cycled through because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what option I've got it set out at the moment. But I normally use spec arms. These are 0.3 bios and they are tracer rounds. Let's get a couple out and we'll see if we can get anything out of it. There we go. Of course, there's going to be nothing like trying to shoot it, so let me just go and see if we can get a dark environment. I've got a small mag full. We'll just screw this on now. So it looks like on here. Counterclockwise, it? Probably would have been better if I tried to fit the actual adapter. Now it does come with a grub screw that you can fit in there to hold it, and as you can see on this particular pew there is a gap. I'm looking for an adapter that doesn't have such a spacing between it so I can get this closer, make it look a lot better, but that's what it looks like on this one. Something different from the traditional round ones, and I think it looks alright on this. It just needs to be closer to it. That's now loaded. What I'm going to do, I have a convenient towel for shooting in. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to turn the light off a second. Put the light back on. Wait for my missus to moan at me for shooting indoors. But it's not dark outside, so I can't test these out there. There we go. Take my mag out now. That was actually looked to me to be fairly bright. The BBs were glowing quite nicely. I'm pretty sure if I used it outside, they're going to be really good. However, it is summer at the moment, so most of the time I'm going to play a game, it's going to be in daylight. I'm not going to get much chance to use it. I don't play many places at CQB at the moment either. And my local CQB site is actually closed down, but they were outside CQB, not indoors. So I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to get a chance to use it. Let's just unscrew that again. So you can see, I need to get that adapter, which didn't come with this, it came with another tracer unit, as I said. I need to get something that's not got so much gap there. That'll screw into there a lot better then. And that, hopefully, will sit close to there, look a lot better. I think on a normal pistol, let's just go and have a look for one. Movervorsk, yeah, it might suit this one. However, I also know that I cannot get, because of the muzzle brake on here, and I can't take this off as part of the design. But on a normal pistol, there's that one. Yeah, it won't fit obviously the TM, but they won't look too bad on pistols because most of them have a square end. It might look a little bit daft stuck on the end of your riff. It's not even going to fit this riff. This is my KWA 45. If I take that muzzle brake off quickly, even if that was the right thread, that's never going to get in there. I'm never going to be able to turn it. So you may have issues fitting it to some riffs, depending on the handguard and where the barrel comes out. But for pistols, it should be okay. Spec now. I don't know if I can get this one off. It's not even on. that might. There we go. Screws onto my spec now. And that's just going to look a little bit odd. Whether it's that way or that way up. Doesn't matter which way you do it. To me, it's not going to suit a rifle. It is going to suit a pistol more. So there we go. Nice little unit. Construction is fairly solid. I haven't taken these out, but I'm assuming if we take that out, we'll get to the electronics and the battery. Won't fit. The pistol's got a very deep, long muzzle brake, but will fit others. You may need to get the right adapter. It looks alright on these sort of things, which is the reason why I got it. I want it to go on this one, but it won't look alright when it's fitted to your actual rifle. The muzzle flash is nice and bright. Yeah. Even with the light on, we can see that's quite bright. That's fully charged. I want to see what it's going to be like in the middle of a game. Right, that's it. That's all there is to it. I haven't really got much else to say to it, because until I get to use it, yeah, they are different. See, I think that's an eye mill. Yeah, until I get to actually use it in game, indoors or in the dark somewhere, I can't give you a report on its how useful it is. So the app itself, I do know the app acts as a chrono, so you've got instant chrono on it, and it records and saves the chrono data. And like any other chrono, you can go through the app and select the BB weight and size, weight you've got. You can go through, you can set the colours for it. So if you only ever want it to be bright pink, you can set it for bright pink. If you want to just cycle through the colours, it's got options to cycle through the colours. It does rainbows, all sorts of things with the app. It's fairly simple to set the app up, I believe. You just download it, whether you've got an iPhone or Android, go to the App Store, and it'll install fairly quickly. And then you just turn on your Bluetooth, turn on this, it'll pick this up. You select which sort of tracing you've got, because the app will cover other Eshooter Tracer units that are Bluetooth, and that allows you to have individual settings for each one from one phone. And then once you've set it, you can forget about it and go and play. So it's a nice little unit. It was 90 quid. Price was on it somewhere, wasn't it? I think. I've lost the price. So about the same as any other tracer unit. Does the same as any other tracer unit. Just looks a bit different. And with that, it's time to say goodbye.